With these, our life has become easy, but as all know that too much good things have side effects. Food saves our life, provides nourishment. If we overeat, we will fall ill. Similarly, the cultural boom has brought on many adversities in our lives. It has left us lonely and in stress, which in turn propels the thought towards negativities and insecurities. As a society, we need to be more connected and share good experiences and happiness to keep ourselves away from harmful dependencies like drug abuse. Today, we have gathered here not only to talk about the atrocities of drug abuse, but also to talk about how this can be prevented. It is in our hand how we take time, take up life, how we react to a stress. If we are happy within, we are less dependent on external necessities. So please enjoy the upcoming sessions on how to keep ourselves happy. We will also talk about the drug abuse and their side effects to spread awareness. Before we start, may I call upon on the dais our guest of honor, DCP R.B. Singh ji. Garvit ji, please accompany him. Our guest invited speaker, Dr. Rupali P. Shivalkar. Ma'am, please. Dr. S.K. Srivastava ji, our mentor for all the departments who are organizing this event. We are expecting our Honorable Vice Chancellor ma'am, but most probably she will be available online. This is a hybrid mode. Thank you, sir.
प्रोग्राम भी था ड्रग अवेयरनेस पे हमारे एग्जाम्स की वजह से हम ही लोग नहीं कोई जा पा रहे हैं.
Is it okay? Okay. So first I call upon Dr. Sanjay Singh to give the welcome address. So he is the Associate Professor in the Department of Amity Institute of Indian System of Medicine in Yoga.
Om Bhurabhuvasvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Sehna Vavatu Sehno Bhunaktu Sahavidyam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. First of all, my humble pranam to Honorable Most Respected Founder President Sir and Honorable Chancellor Sir, and a very good afternoon to all of you. We have in this program, with the blessings of Honorable Vice Chancellor, we are having esteemed external experts, respected university officials, and our dear students. I welcome you all to this crucial and enlightening program on anti-drug awareness. It is an honor to have such a distinguished gathering of individuals who are committed to addressing one of the most pressing issues that our society faces today. Dear students, we are privileged to have our Honorable Vice Chancellor on online mode to grace this event with her presence, and which is a true testament to the significance and seriousness of the topic at hand. Respected Vice Chancellor Ma'am, your support amplifies the impact of this initiative and reflects our institution's commitment to holistic education. To our esteemed external experts, we have respected Dr. Rupali P. Shivalkar. She is Medical Director, Shanti Home Advanced De-Addiction and Mental Health Clinic, Greater Noida. We have with us as a guest of honor, most respected Shri Ram Badan Singh Ji. He is DCP FRO, Cyber Police Lines, Anti-Narcotics Department. We have our mentor, respected Dr. S.K. Srivastava sir. Please put your hands together to welcome all our guests. Our esteemed external experts have devoted their time and expertise to join us today. We are very thankful, sir. And ma'am, your presence enriches this event with valuable insights and knowledge. Your experience in this field is invaluable in helping us understand the nuances of drug abuse, its repercussions, and the strategies to combat it. Our university officials and our teachers who have worked tirelessly to organize this program deserve a special acknowledgement. It is through their dedication and foresight that we stand united here today, ready to absorb and disseminate information that can reshape lives. And our dear students, you are at the heart of this event. Your curiosity, energy, and willingness to engage in this program demonstrate your commitment to creating a better drug-free future. Your role is pivotal in not only imbibing the knowledge shared here, but also in spreading the awareness among your peers and beyond. Dear friends, the menace of drug abuse knows no boundaries. It affects individuals, families, and communities across the globe and in our nation. Today, we gather not just to recognize this issue, but to take a collective stand against it. This program is not merely an event, it is a call to action, a call to empower ourselves with knowledge that has the potential to save lives. Through discussions, expert talks, and interactive sessions, we aim to equip you all with a deeper understanding of the complexities of drug abuse and its far-reaching consequences. We aspire to foster an environment where questions are asked, knowledge is shared, and strategies are devised. Our goal is to ignite a spark of awareness that transcends these walls and creates a ripple effect in society. Dear friends, once again, I extend my welcome and heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to this event. Honorable Vice Chancellor, our honorable guests, university officials, and our students, your presence here today is a testament to your commitment to a healthier and safer society. Let's absorb, discuss, and internalize the insights shared here today. Let us pledge to be agents of change, champions of awareness, and advocates for a drug-free nation. Thank you for being a part of this transformative journey. Thank you all.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay, for your address. Now, may I call upon Dr. S.K. Srivastava sir to deliver his address. So he is the Senior Director, Vice President, Amity Foundation. The display is not showing. Rishdi? Amity Foundation for Development Disabilities. This is not displaying. and advisor at Founder President Office. He is the mentor of AIRS, AIBHS, AIHS, and AIISM of Amity Institute, Uttar Pradesh, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh. ये वाला। He is also the chairman. He is also the chairman of the University Anti-Drug Committee. Sir, you may please take it. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Yeah, welcome. Don't be so silent, huh? So many times I got this privilege to discuss or to interact on this anti-drug awareness campaign. And all the time when I address to my students, our children, I believe that this is nothing new I am going to teach any one of you. Nothing new knowledge, nothing new ideas, nothing new information, because you are already grown up enough to understand the abuses of drugs. Am I right? So what for we are here again? If you are knowing everything, then what for we are here? We are here just to recall that drug is an abuse and we should be away from this. One, two, what is any other thing which is even more harmful than the drug? So I am all the time adding one more thing which is more harmful to any drug, that is addiction. Addiction to nowadays, to my belief, screen time. Your addiction to screen time, your addiction to screen time with your mobile, screen time with your laptop, or screen time with any other gadget. You all agree that after Corona pandemic, this has become an integral part of the life. You can't avoid that. But if we ever think that it is at the cost of your good health or your irritation, then I am here to draw your attention to understand and think what is the alternate. If you cannot stop screen time, we cannot stop. Nowadays, we have become very, you can say, dependent on the screens. We cannot avoid screen time. Now, what is the remedy? Remedy, first of all, screen time is you have to maintain your good health, maintain your happiness, maintain your strength. And the simplest formula for that is yoga, pranayam, or meditation, exercises, gymming, whatever it is. And good food, balanced food, no junk food. This is all you are listening with every one of your parents. Again and again. And you also teach to your youngers. I see in my home that the elder one teaches the younger one that you are repeating this pizza. This is harmful. Probably first one was not harmful. Second one is harmful because he might not be getting his share. So you all know very well that what is harmful for you. The only thing today I appeal to all of my students, one line, just listen one line, that whenever a thing is not avoidable, you have to add on something which reduces the negative impact of that practices. Means, if you are spending your time in front of a screen, make a habit that after 30 to 40 minutes, you will take a break. And you will stretch your body, take a glass of water, take a cup of tea, coffee, whatever it is. At least stand up, stretch yourself for 1 minute, 30 seconds, and again sit down. This much can be done. Do you agree? So from today onwards, Whenever your screen time is more than 30 minutes, you just take a break, change your posture, and come back again. This is one very simple formula that everybody needs to do. Everyone. Number two, add on practice of yoga, practice of going to gym, practice of doing exercises, and a simple pranayam, some breathing exercises, some stretching exercises, make it as a routine. Now, the common phenomena is that you have to wake up early in the morning for exercise. Is it so? Don't do that if you cannot. Whatever time is you're getting up, whatever time when you are relaxed and you have empty stomach, then please do some exercises, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, some warming up exercises, warm up your body, stretch your body, do some pranayam, take some breathing like you pour the water into the plant, take some oxygen, fresh oxygen from the atmosphere and breathe yourself, circulate the oxygen to every part of the body. Believe me that you will be better, you'll feel better than you are right now. You might be also experiencing one thing which I have noticed very particular. Some of the students might have heard me that in our generation, we have hardly seen some student having convex stomach. We always have concave stomach like this. हम तो अपना पेट बराबर करने को भी तरसते थे और आज हमारे बच्चे इंक्लूडिंग माय वार्ड्स दे आर हैविंग कॉन्वेक्स स्टमक फॉर व्हाट ऐसा नहीं कि उन्होंने खाना ज्यादा खाना शुरू कर दिया because of either maybe junk food or your sitting posture more than it is required or your indoor confinement more than it is required. Do you feel that you are now not doing outdoor activities to the extent it is required for you? It is. If you analyze yourself, आत्ममंथन करें, आपको मालूम होगा कि आप आउटडोर एक्टिविटीज नहीं कर रहे हैं। और अगर आप आउटडोर एक्टिविटीज में एक दिन बैडमिंटन खेल लेते हैं 15-20 मिनट तो आपको बड़ा अच्छा लगता है एंड यू फील कि इट शुड बी डन रेगुलरली। 2-3 दिन 4 दिन चलता है, हफ्ते भर चलता है एंड आफ्टर 1 वीक और 10 days व्हेन इट टेक्स ए ब्रेक, इट इज ब्रेक फॉर ए month or maybe 6 months. It happens today because in house you have many avenues, facilities available to spend the time, which is just killing your healthy life. So we are here not to teach you anything new. This generation is very well aware, very well acquainted, highly knowledgeable, because the source of knowledge is easily accessible in every hand. आपकी दुनिया मुट्ठी में है, as per the Reliance owner always said, धीरू भाई अंबानी, कर लो दुनिया मुट्ठी में। सच में आज दुनिया मुट्ठी में है, लेकिन उसका जो साइड इफेक्ट है, that you are confined to this दुनिया, and confinement that is alarming, that is challenging your healthy life, which is very important for rest of the future, to rise yourself, to grow yourself, and to become a good human being. Your mental health is maintained only when you are physically fit. So today, we are here to draw your attention, first of all, to addiction, to my perception, and also parallelly to anti-drug, anti-narcotics, anti-intoxicants, whatever it is. It may be cigarette, it may be your bidi, it may be your tobacco in any form, it may be alcohol, it may be cocaine, it may be heroin, anything. You have to make a distance. What for you take all these things? Sometimes you take it for recreation purpose. Sometimes you take it that you are forced to take it with your group of students, group of friends. Sometimes घर में फंक्शन है, बड़ा भारी त्योहार है, आज तो लेना ही लेना है, होली आ गई, दिवाली आ गई, दशहरा आ गया, ईद आ गई, सो ये तो लेना ही लेना है, ले लिया, कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन जो नेक्स्ट डे कंटिन्यू किया, that is harmful. Am I right? So believe me that if you are addicted to any such type of drugs, any such type of alcohols, any such type of narcotics, then it will attract you like anything, and it will, now you are taking it in initial days, and after a few years, that will start taking you. It becomes reverse. And you are bound to take it because you are addicted. So dear students, we are here today to understand and take a pledge that for our healthy life, for our good and happy life, for our prosperity, we will avoid screen time, reduce screen time. If we cannot, we will take a break to the screen time. We will take care of our body. We will take nutritious things like anything that is available to you. And you don't take it after 6 hours. Take it during the breaks, like 1 hour, after 1 hour, you can take something. Feed your body continuously, stretch your body continuously, and whatever is important, do it continuously. Don't stop that. But in case of drugs, it is very strictly recommended that you should stop taking narcotics, drugs, or intoxicants if you have fallen in the habit of taking it. Try to stop it. It is a need of the hour because this generation is confined to the indoor. Your immunity is not as better as your father, uncle, mama, your generation, the senior citizens. That is, they have more immune because of they are very close to nature. This generation is unluckily, not very close to nature, open field that earlier we were. So we have the immunity to face something, but you develop your immunity by going outside, doing some outside games, rich your food, change your habits, and change your postures as I've requested you. If you cannot do that, then you are falling yourself in the danger. So be out of danger. There is a slogan which is no to drugs and yes to life. How many of you agree on this slogan? Raise your hands. How many of you agree? So blue shirt, you don't agree. If you don't agree, means you agree to its reverse. Say the reverse. Can you agree with the reverse? The girl sitting behind agree with the reverse? You agree with the reverse of no to drugs and yes to life? Yes or no? I'm not getting you. If you agree with no to drugs and yes to life, and don't agree with the reverse of it, then please stand up and say with me, take an oath that you will say no to drugs and yes to life. Please stand it. Please have a standing ovation to no to drugs. This is another 30 seconds break in your posture. You know? So, okay, we will all say loudly no to drugs, because as loudly you will say no to drugs, the drug will be as far to you. If you say slowly, the drug will be very close to you. So it is upon you to make your drugs as far as you want. Say no to drugs. No to drugs. No to drugs. Yes to life. Yes to life. Yes to life. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for enlightening the students with your talk. So, our guest speaker, Dr. Rupali Shivalkar, she is the medical director of Shanti Home Advanced De-Addiction Mental Health Clinic and Psychiatric Rehabilitation Center, Greater Noida. She has done her MBBS diploma in psychological medicine from Mumbai and also MD psychiatry from Mumbai University. Her skills are clinical psychiatry and drug de-addiction, coordinating faculty for developing mother and child health care, community mental health skills, and also she is the teaching faculty for MD psychiatry and MPhil clinical psychology at IBHAS, Delhi for 8 years. May I call upon ma'am? Presentation. to enlighten us with your lecture, please. इनका जो भी pen drive है.
Good afternoon. And thank you for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to interact with you all. I have been practicing in clinical psychiatry, drug de-addiction for last 25 years now. And I think this is one topic where everybody knows everything. There is nothing new that I'm going to tell you. All that I'm going to do today is just put the myths and the facts together. Okay? Because you, as sir said, you all of you are spending around 10, 11 hours on internet. I'm sure you just do one click and all the information is there. Right? I think you can have more information than me, probably. All about the side effects, about the effects, about the pluses and the minuses of all the drugs. So let's just look at it, what we understand from the other side of the table, what we see in our day-to-day practice and what we are experiencing. The trends, as you all know, the trends in India are well understood. The huge impact on our current productive population. As you can see, this is one of the northern belt, particularly is called cannabis belt of India. The golden crescent, golden triangle, all those things are there. But predominantly what you see is the huge number of users. And polydrug, that is our current concern. It's not just one drug that goes with it. All rave parties go for multiple drugs. Synthetic pharmaceutical agents, people consider them very good, very nice. No? So what are these drugs ultimately? Drugs are basically chemicals. They have to enter your body, alter your brain, alter the chemicals there. And obviously anything that is entering the brain and altering the chemicals will have its long-term effect on the brain. Now what I have heard from all the young generation are those beliefs that they carry. The first thing is, oh, please, I'm not an addict. I'm just using it. That is the first thing that comes to us. So they feel drug abuse is voluntary by choice, and definitely that doesn't make anyone addict. Do you agree? Drugs which are legal are helpful. You may hear cardiologists, respiratory physicians saying 1 peg of alcohol is okay. They are helpful. They are not supposed to be harmful. Only the illicit drugs are harmful. The club drugs, the marijuana, weed, sulfa, ganja, whatever you call it, people feel it's really good. Creativity is excellent. They say, doctor, you have no idea. Just take it once and see what it does. Combining drugs is not harmful. They will tell me which combinations work better. Alcohol with marijuana, excellent combination. Am I right? No? Nobody's answering. I hope you're not sleeping. Addicts, the ones who are actually the addicts, they never recovered. So we are not addicts. That's the first thing. Once the detoxification ends, once I have finished my withdrawal, my brain is back to normal. I don't require any treatment. I don't require anything. Not all drugs affect driving. That's another thing that people believe in. I don't know how many of you share these beliefs, but these are the common ones that I've seen in my practice. So obviously, like sir said, why people use drug when they know everything? Everything is on the Google. Everything is on the Wikipedia. And yet people use it. Could it be inaccurate information, those so-called beliefs that people carry? Could it be curiosity? I want to see what happens, how high I can get. Could it be that? Or could it be genuinely stress? Is it, if I take a drug, it will improve my confidence? Is it the anger? I have everything against this society. Let me just prove them what I can do. Is it that? Or is it just to fit in? If I don't, I will be considered as a stupid person. If I do, it is cool. It is nice. People understand. I can carry my drugs well. Is it that? Or is it, if I don't, then probably the group may reject me? Is it that? And then why illicit drugs? If one has to really improve one's image, then why illicit drugs? The intimate relations, the friends with benefits, the friends, whatever you call them, peer pressure. Yeah. I was told that everybody in knowledge area takes drugs. It's in thing. Okay, since I practice in Greater Noida, I practice in Delhi, I practice just next to DU, St. Stephen's Hospital. So I've been told it is in thing, it is must. Curiosity could be another thing, but basically it could be even boredom. And then what about those rave parties? There is no boredom there, but people want to experience high. Risk factors, since sir has already talked about, I'll not go into theory, but why everybody who has been studying drugs call it a disease? Why they call it addiction is a disease? We understand for any disease, there has to be some agent, causative agent, there has to be some pathway, and there has to be some host who is receiving that agent. So if you look at it, the drug is what we consider as an agent. Vectors could be the dealers, could be anybody, but host is the addict, and it does alter your brain. What you see here is that blue part is your executive brain, which is governed by dopamine. The rest is your serotonin. So obviously your pathways, the major pathways, if you look at those functions, reward, pleasure, euphoria, motor functions, compulsions, memory, mood, processing of the thoughts, sleep, important functions involved there. The types of drug we generally classify into three categories: the uppers, the downers, and the hallucinogens. This is what we classify them as. Okay, uppers are the one which will increase dopamine in an instant. Downers are basically CNS depressants. You may think it may help you in the initial stages, but they are basically depressing your brain. And hallucinogens, which are currently in very, very big vogue, are the ones which may actually lead to all those altered sense of time, altered sense of perception, the so-called creative highs that they give. Now let's look at each of the common drugs that people are using. The alcohol, this is what the law ministry gives us. These are the levels. 0.08, you know, is a drunk driving limit. Beyond that, we call it drunken driving. But more important, as you go above it, it's not only making you high, it is actually making you difficult to function. The motor coordination is gone. The irritation, the overall cortical control is gone completely. Further you go, the brainstem is depressed and person may actually experience death. I don't know how many of you have actually seen the alcohol deaths. Quite few. If you see the brain here, I'm just putting the facts in front of you because ultimately you're all intelligent people. You have to decide what you want to do. The up ones are the Alzheimer's dementia. The down one is alcohol. Not much change there. You can see the amount of shrinkage that it is causing to your brain. And this is just simple MRI. I'm not talking about functional neuroimaging. This is simple MRI studies. This is what it does to your brain. And this is not 20 years, 30 years. This is 10 years down the line. The rest of the effects of alcohol are well known. Not a single organ is left, if you realize. And this is nothing to scare people off. This is nothing to tell them that this is a scare tactics of the medical practitioners. No, these are the facts. Okay? If you can live with it, yes, please go ahead and have alcohol. But if you think this is difficult to live with at the age of 30, think again. The marijuana or the cannabis, as we call it technically, basically three major problems in brain. The cannabis intoxication, the supposed to be good trip or bad trip, as it depends on the person, or cannabis induced psychosis. And the last and the most alarming and absolutely having no treatment is the amotivational syndrome. This is only seen in young adult brain where all the executive functions are gone. And we do not have any treatment for this. Please understand it. Once the brain neurons are fired, they are fired. We can't bring them back. You can see this is the amotivational syndrome that can happen. This is a functional MRI study. You can see the normal brain functioning. The midbrain are your all memory and thought structures. And see the amount of shrinkage that it is leading to the daily user. Cannabis-induced psychosis. This is left, your right side is the brain of schizophrenic, left side is the brain of cannabis user. Not much difference there. Rather, cannabis user has more indentations if you look at it. These are all PET studies. So what you see is a blood flow and the functioning. Okay. As you see, the majority of the neurons are pruned away. They don't come back. The opiates, you all may be aware, opiates are basically smack, heroin, codeine, proxivon, buprenorphine. I'm sure you all must have heard the names. Okay. But what it does, apart from the common effects that everybody knows, it can change your brainstem area. It can change your limbic system, and it can change the pain perception. That's why they are good analgesic agents. Okay. But this is what opiate does to your brain. Okay. And we always say that every organ in the body can be changed. Brain does not have a transplant. That is one and only. Okay. Cocaine, again, a very, very high use these days. I don't know if you have heard of it, but major problem with cocaine is the cardiac arrest, heart attack. And we lose patients mainly to heart attack. Seizures, blood pressure variations are other things. Cocaine bugs is again known, but in a long-term user, what you have is a facial defect, the nose collapse. That is what happens with the cocaine. This is what you see with cocaine. Okay, the nose collapse is actual patients who are having this nose collapse. And if you see, the left side is what it does to the brain. All those white spots is basically fibrosis. No brain tissue is left there. Okay. Coming to stimulants, the one thing that I've realized is every OPD I sit, at least I see 5 or 6 of the college students coming and saying, I've got ADHD and I require stimulant. Have you heard of this? Attention deficit disorder, adult ADHD. The first thing is, I know I have checked on Google, I have adult ADHD and please give me stimulant. That is the first thing that we listen. And then we have to do the testing and prove to them that this is not adult ADHD. This is only anxiety symptoms that one is having. But what the stimulants can do to you, people feel that stimulant actually enhance the performance. But what they do is they enhance everything. Cardiovascular system, your overall perception sense, and also your overall blood flow. The brain hemorrhage, stroke is also common. In long-term use, it causes extreme weight loss. It can cause serious skin problems, and it can lead to major shrinking of the brain. Serotonin, as you all know, is a happy hormone of the brain, quite important in all your executive functions. So if you see, the left side is the normal brain serotonin activity, all those white activities that you can see. And that is what your MDMA do to your serotonin activity. It is not improving your performance. Rather, it makes difficult to actually concentrate or focus on the task. These are the stimulant sources. The acne, the tooth decay. Okay, they appear very gory pictures, but they are realities. The club drugs. Okay, people call it rave party drugs, but very, very commonly used these days. They are supposed to enhance the energy, endurance, sociability, sexual arousal. and people consider them safe. Why they are safe? Because they are not hard drugs. They are not opiate or they are not cocaine. Okay. But we do not know the full impact of these drugs on brain. That is our problem. And we do not have any antidote if you go into overdose. That's another big problem. So doctors are only doing conservative management if people come with overdose. And overdose is not difficult with these drugs because nobody knows the strength. It is not written on it. Ecstasy that people love using these days is actually the mixture. It is not pure ecstasy that you get. It is actually the mixture of many things. And if you see, apart from LSD, cocaine, heroin, and amphetamine, there is also rat poison and the dog deworming substances. Okay, that is the ecstasy you get. Bath salts, again, a new one. We do not know what is their full impact on brain. Liquid ecstasy, we generally have used it in a drain cleaners and degreasing solvents. But these are clear liquids. These liquid ecstasy, ketamine, or rohypnol, these are called dead drugs also, if some of you have heard of it. Easy to use, difficult to detect, but difficult to manage. And the deaths are well documented. Okay. The hallucinogens, that is LSD that I was talking about, again, can lead to major problems on your brain apart from visual hallucinations, the aggression and the agitation. You might have heard the news reports of people actually jumping from the windows because the depth perception is gone. Okay? But these are your club drugs. This is what it does to brain. Absolute storm of activity. The last one I'll come to is anabolic steroids. Bodybuilding, all gyms are using it. Muscle banane hai. John Abraham jaise muscle banane hai, but what happened to John Abraham, nobody remembers. Okay, but these are the ones which are very, very rampantly used by our athletes also. I'm sure sir must be aware of it. But they can lead to mania, they can lead to psychosis, and they can lead to serious cardiovascular disturbances. If a person comes with anabolic steroids, we have to admit them in ICU. That is the only way we can treat it. The common physical symptoms that people come up with, if you see any of your colleague going through it, please check if there is any substance use. The behavioral symptoms are there, but what is important in the end of it is what is the cost of using it. We can calculate it always in terms of pros and cons, cost and benefits. This is what we look into. So cost, if you look at it, HIV, hepatitis B and C is common. Tuberculosis is very, very common. I have not added tobacco, I have not added those glue and other sniffing agents, but tuberculosis is very common. They are supposed to enhance your performance, but if you realize it, it actually leads to sperm count going down, infertility, and sexual disorders. Baldness could be another big problem. Reduced immunity level, serious neuropsychiatric disorders. Ultimately, brain is one substance that you're targeting. The rest of the systems I'm not calling here, but premature deaths, you all are aware. Psychological cost, probably nobody counts it, but huge. The person who wants to give up on drugs, the biggest problem is people don't understand me. They think I've done it voluntarily, now I have to pay the price. The impulsivity, self-harm, suicide is something that worries us, along with, of course, the depression, abandonment. Social cost. One may have started it with peer pressure. One may have started it to be as a part of the group, but ultimately, will you remain in the group? That's the question. Economic cost, I'm sure at your age you may not count it, but they do matter in the long run. After 10 years, probably it will matter. And of course, the legal costs. Sir is here, sir can tell us more about the legal costs, but legal costs are there. Who gains? Probably none of us. None of us except the drug peddlers and of course the pubs. So my question to you is that, is it worth the risk? Okay. If you happen to get into it, of course, we are there to help you out. We'll try and do as much as we can. But is it worth the risk that you're taking? On the left side, right side, you can see the stimulants. The rest you are all aware of. Okay. Now here, we are not talking about drug abuse as a disease per se. We are talking about the spectrum. It may start with risky use. It may lead to abuse. It may lead to addiction. The question is, who decides who is going to get addicted? None of us can, actually. Because there are so many factors. It's a multimodal transmission. So many factors that are playing role. So today, if you take weed, tomorrow, will you be addicted or not? I don't know. I know only one thing, that one single use of weed can leave that delta tetrahydrocannabinol in your liver for next 1 month. So just think about it. Okay. So this is the spectrum that we are looking at. If you are on the right side of the spectrum, please stop there by any chance if one is there. The another myth that everybody is not addict, and addiction, once I stop the drug, everything will come back to normal. You see, the MDMA user, how long? At the end of 14 months also, the activity has not returned to normal. So it takes very, very long time. We generally say 6 months to 1 year is the time that you should give to your brain to recover. So it doesn't happen all of a sudden. And because of that, just leaving drug may not be enough. Like sir said, there are a lot of other lifestyle changes that one needs to really put into effect. Preventing drug use, most of these you know. Say no to drugs, make the healthy lifestyle. I don't know how many of us actually practice it. Let's think about it. To interventions, to my mind, is just having enough information about the drug. And every time you make a first move, remembering those information is probably something that will act as a deterrent, at least in that ambivalence period. Healthy lifestyle, I think sir has really handled that well, so I'll not go into it. But what I see as a treatment part is probably the serotonin and dopamine have to be put back to normal before it causes structural damage to brain. Once the structural damage has come in, nothing that we can do. Okay. So counseling, medications, because just stopping is not enough. Maintaining drug-free lifestyle is something that we require. And how to do it over a period of time without getting into temptations is something that we'll have to look into. Okay. So here I stopped. Do I ask them for the questions or do I wait? Wait. Ma'am? Okay, if any questions, you can ask me later. Thank you.
Very nice. If you have any question, you can ask, because she is very rare person, hardly available with any one of us. आप लोग पूछिए, कोई डाउट हो, इनका सेंटर घूमिए, अपना घर बहुत अच्छा सेंटर है. Very nicely they are working. This is worth visiting.
Thank you, ma'am, for your invaluable inputs on this very important topic. I would like to call upon Dr. S.K. Srivastav and Dr. Nilanjana, ma'am, so that she could, felicitate you for giving us your invaluable time, ma'am. Thank you again. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Presentation. Okay, so thank you so much, ma'am. And I hope everybody has learned something out of it. Now we come to the next part of our program. It will be something different and it will require your participation. So may I call upon Dr. Dr. Mohammad Shahnawaz, along with Ms. Jigyasa, and they will take up the stage to conduct a quiz. So Dr. Mohammad Shahnawaz is the Associate Professor of Amity Institute of Public Health and Hospital Administration, and Jigyasa has joined the same department. Please take.
वो कहाँ है जिज्ञासा? किसमें? ये है क्या? कहाँ पे है? Presentations में? Hello guys, how are you? Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam, for giving us a chance to interact with you. So how are you feeling? Excited? Goosebumps? Butterflies in the stomach? Okay. So, as you know, my name is Dr. Shahnawaz. So I am mathematician by heart, statistician by mind, and public health professional by accident. And
Sir is also a part-time stand-up comic.
no,
Of
no,
our
no, not at all, not at all, not at all.
Yes, sir. So I'm going to assume that you will have fun and sir को परेशान जितना करना हो कर लेना, ठीक है? It's a open invitation this time around.
So, you know, the life is full of paradoxes. As we in the public health, you know, we are doctor, but we cannot treat the patients. And we are very much worried about the health of public, but our health is getting deteriorated. And in the same, yeah, please. And like you people, you have come here with lot of expectation that you will get, if you'll get through this quiz, and you will get some prizes, some awards, some reward, but you will get some, you know, the big trophy and prizes worth of crores. That may be there, but what we can say, life is full of paradoxes. So first answer is revealed, but I don't know who have very sharp mind or बाज की नजर जिसकी होगी उसी को मिला होगा वो answer. So the idea is there are volunteers in the audience, and volunteers will decide who has raised his hand first. So I will ask the question. It will be there in front of you, and you have to raise your hand. And after raising your hand, our volunteer will give you the mic to give the answer. And if your answer would be correct, you will get surprise gifts. Okay. So आप गिफ्ट लेके नीचे खड़े हो जाएंगे किसी को दे दिए ओके ठीक है so ready fasten your seat belts now we are going steady and go. The first question is, which of the following was a major reason for developing of drugs? Answers are options are for recreational purpose, clinical, spiritual and religious. Volunteers कहाँ पे? No. The one who will get the mic, that person will ask, give the answer. Volunteer? Yeah. Baby.
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Option B.
Option B. So we will check the answer, but let me check it. Otherwise, B is the correct answer. Big hand of applause, please. So prize मिल गया? अच्छा, prize मिल गया आपको? You got the prize? Okay, thank you. Next question is, what is drug addiction? So answers are these. Please raise your hand. सर आप तो PhD scholars हैं, बच्चों को जीतने दीजिए.
Acha. Okay. I think from the left hand, somebody should get the bounty.
Option A.
Option A, temporary feeling of happiness. So let's check. It is B. So boo. It is not correct. तो अभी आप लोग थोड़ा ध्यान से अपनी बेइज्जती करवाइए ताकि नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज द मोस्ट ये यही तो प्रॉब्लम है मतलब कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे who has the
गाइस क्वेश्चन तो हो जाने दो यार, भाई क्वेश्चन तो हो जाने दो, रुक जाओ,
Option B, tobacco.
क्वेश्चन बोला हमने।
हमने आंसर बोल दी।
what is the most common addiction in the India but not in the Bollywood? So common addiction in amity is eating.
Tobacco.
बट क्या आंसर है? टोबैको ही तो है।
चले आंसर देख ले।
इसको मिलेगा
नहीं।
हैक कौन है?
यस आंसर उन्होंने दिया है। टोबैको। अपना प्राइस कलेक्ट कर लो। So the next question is, what are the long-term effects of drug addiction?
लक्षित को लोग पीछे वाले भी देखें। लक्षित बैक से भी देख लो, बैक से।
It's C.
It is
C.
okay.
Increased risk of mental health disorders.
All right, so let's see the answer. क्या लगता है सही है? All right, that's the correct answer.
Which actually थोड़ा सा इसको छुपा के होना चाहिए था। इसकी ये भी तो आता है ना, वो साइड में आ रहा था ना, हम पहले से बोल रहे थे। Okay, so next question is, which of the following is not a common risk factor for this drug addiction? Strong social support, genetic predisposition, peer pressure, and mental health disorders. Volunteers?
B, genetic predisposition. Obviously, it's
B.
not a common.
Genetic predisposition.
Yes, sir. Not a risk factor for drug addiction. Genetic predisposition.
So B answer, we will check whether the answer given. Yeah.
Sir, A.
No. Actually, you have to give mic to only one person. Okay. So he will ask. Since the first mic was given to her, so they will ask. They will give the answer. So MPH वालों कुछ तो इज्जत बचाओ. ठीक है. It is A, strong support. So price should go to that girl. Price. हाँ. BBS sir. What part of the brain is heavily affected by the drug addiction? Cerebrum, hippocampus, prefrontal cortex, and medulla oblongata.
Option B.
Option B. Very loud and clear. Option B. Let's check. It is wrong answer. So the prize is not going to. Yeah, in that case, the prize will go to Maina.
This prize will go to Jigyasa because she framed the question.
So it is C. So next question is, which of these is considered as a central nervous system depressant? Cocaine, MDMA, heroin, and alcohol.
Mike.
Alcohol.
Alcohol. That means the consider central nervous system depressant. Any other answer from other than alcohol? No. Okay.
C.
So it is D, alcohol. It is correct. Yeah, munch hai. Munch hai. And the toughest question of this quiz comes here. What are the first step towards overcoming drug addiction? Finding the new friends, which is very common in Amity. Denying the problem exists.
C.
Seeking help. One more एक इसमें ऑप्शन और होना चाहिए था, taking help from alumni. वो इसमें नहीं है, तो वो भी बोल सकते हैं.
Sir,
हाँ, which is the answer?
Option C.
Option C. Seeking help from and acknowledging the issue. Yeah, correct answer. Give a big hand to the respondent. हो गया, all right. Which age group is the more susceptible to the trying drugs due to the peer pressure? More vulnerable? Yeah. कौन है? और वो पीछे वाले बेचारे बच्चे रह जा रहे हैं, उनको बोलते कि इधर भी देखिए.
hello. Volunteers.
It's B.
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 उनको भी देख लेना, कहीं पीछे को बात हो जाती है.
All right.
B.
B.
B answer.
दोनों ने B बोला है. मान जाए. मान जाए. B.
Correct answer.
So both are correct. दोनों को मिल गई.
Which is not the common sign of drug addiction? Increased interest in hobbies, neglecting responsibilities, financial difficulties, and changes in the appearance.
A.
A, increased interest in hobbies.
Yes.
Okay, let's check. Yes. ये क्या है? ये तो आज का ही था ना, कब हुआ? अच्छा, बताइए which is the drug addiction day?
आप लोग
B. June 26.
कॉफी दे दी, चॉकलेट दे दी. वॉलंटियर बोलो एक ही को दे.
Hello.
वॉलंटियर प्लीज माइक एक ही को दें, वरना डबल हो जाएगा. चॉकलेट्स कम पड़ जाएंगी उस केस में. So what does the co-occurring disorders mean in the context of addiction, drug addiction? Two drugs, using drugs alongside alcohol, presence of both substance use disorder and mental health disorder, or engaging the risky behavior.
C.
C कहाँ से है? C. C is the correct answer. Which categories of drug is commonly used in relief pain but can also lead addiction? Stimulants, hallucinogens, narcotics, and antidepressant.
A. Stimulants. A. Stimulants.
A stimulants कहाँ से आवाज है?
क्या? D. Antidepressant.
किसने बोला? Who has told A stimulants? Okay. आंसर कहाँ से आया?
C. Narcotics. No.
C narcotics.
Excuse me, sir. The answer is not in the option, it's opioids.
Okay.
Mic drop.
So C narcotics is the correct answer. What is the last 31, 31st? 38, 29, 39. So what is the national drug helpline number in India? बताइए कौन सा नंबर है? A, B, C, D.
B.
B. B is the wrong answer. A is the correct answer. और अब वो सवाल जिसका आपको बेसब्री से इंतजार था on the public demand, it comes here. What is the best approach to prevent the drug addiction?
C, providing education about the dangers of drugs from an early age.
Correct answer. Okay, so these were the questions from our side, and chocolate खाने के बाद brush करना मत भूलिएगा. Thank you very much.
So it was so nice to see you students participating. This energy, this is what we wanted. So we have more Power Pack programs. So be attentive. Thank you, Dr. Shanabaz. Thank you, Dr. Shanabaz and Ms. Jigyasa for doing this interesting and enlightening session for the students. I invite Dr. Shweta Bavri to talk on a very important topic, detrimental capacity of drug abuse. Dr. Shweta Bavri is the Assistant Professor in Amity Institute of Pharmacy.
Greetings of the day to all the dignitaries, all the faculty members and students present here. I'm Dr. Shweta Bavri from Amity Institute of Pharmacy, Amity University. And I'm here to deliver a talk on detrimental capacity of drug abuse, which basically is about the damage or harm that drug abuse causes, which has been brilliantly covered by our respected guest. So I'll be giving you a glance of it. So beginning with the short-term harm, which actually occurs immediately after the administration or consumption of the drug. So what are these harms? It results in irritable behavior in the individual or drug abuser. It results in panic attacks. It results in disturbed, bizarre behavior. It results in the person becomes paranoid. The person becomes delusional, gets hallucinations. For example, if a person who has consumed these drugs is sitting with his family members, may feel that he's surrounded by people who are conspiring against him or are planning to murder him, or may, if there is a possibility, the person is sitting in an isolated room, may think he's being surrounded by a lot of ghosts. So these kind of phenomena are observed in people who consume drugs, who are addicted to drugs. The drug abusers also often get seizures. What are seizures? They are involuntary jerking movements of the body. And why does that they occur? They occur because of a lot of chemical discharge, neuronal discharge in the brain. Similarly, stroke occurs in such individuals. What is stroke? Stroke is basically abrupted or interrupted blood supply to the brain. Now, when the blood supply to the brain gets interrupted, what happens? Any part of the body can become paralyzed. And the most common observation is that it results in slurring of speech, that a person can't speak properly. And also there are sometimes facial paralysis. There can be drooping of lips. So these type of symptoms can be seen when in short-term cases. Now, long-term harms of drug abuse or drug addiction are even more detrimental. We'll begin with the smoking of drugs like marijuana. It results in chronic coughing, profuse chronic coughing, long-term coughing. It results in bronchitis. That means it results in inflammation of the bronchi or the respiratory tract, resulting in a lot of secretions. It also results in periodontitis, gingivitis. That means bleeding gums, loose teeth, even perforations in the mouth. Okay? Imagine holes in the oral cavity. It results in that. It can also result in lung cancer or upper respiratory tract cancer. Regardless of the route of administration of these drugs, whether it is taken in the form of tablets, it is injected, or it is sniffed through the nasal route, these drugs on long-term use can result in cancer development in any part of the body, in any organ of the body. When these drugs are taken through injectable routes in the form of injections, these result in thrombosed veins. If you would have seen any videos, if you would have seen individuals, you can see blue and purple dots on the arms of those individuals, the drug abusers. Why is that? Due to multiple injections of these drugs. And these thrombosed veins means there is clot formation in these veins. When a clot forms in these veins, it results in disturbance in the blood flow, which is very devastating. And there is a general tendency among drug abusers that they share needles. This results in transmission of infections. And it can result in transmission of infections like which are permanent, HIV and hepatitis B. Till date, there is no cure for these infections, HIV and hepatitis B. So this can occur due to drug abuse. When these drugs are taken through nasal route, as ma'am elaborated and showed the pictures also, when these drugs are taken through the nasal route, they are sniffed, they result in degradation of nasal septum. It results in a meltdown. This perfect structure of the nose no longer exists. All right, it results in deformities. Then long-term harm, the other long-term harm of drug abuse, whether it be through tablets or through injectables or by smoking, all these drugs on long-term use result in depression, they result in anxiety, they result in schizophrenia, which is split brain, manic disorders, mania. It results in sleeplessness, insomnia, and it also increases the risk of kidney diseases, kidney failure. It results in myocardial infarction, which is, there is a risk of heart attack, all right? Drug abuse also results to development of drug tolerance. And as the term suggests, the body of the drug abusers becomes tolerant to these drugs. For example, a person was taking 5 mg of cocaine to get high. Now, eventually his or her body gets tolerant to that particular dose of the drug. And now that same person will be requiring 50 mg of cocaine to get same level of high or trance state. So you imagine these harmful substances going into the individual's body in such large quantities. It is very detrimental to all the organ systems in the body. It also results in drug dependence. And as the term suggests, dependence means the body of the drug abusers and the brain of the drug abusers becomes dependent on that drug. They cannot live without it. There is drug-seeking behavior. They crave for the drug. Why? Because now their body or their brain is dependent on the drug. They feel pain when they don't get it. They become restless. They become anxious. Okay? So these are the effects. Then there is another thing, which is drug withdrawal. Now, if a drug abuser at some point seeks abstinence from the drugs, wants to leave these drugs, but as I told you, the body and brain of the drug abuser has already become dependent on those drugs. So what will happen? It results in a rebound state. Again, the person starts feeling pain, anxious, restless, and again will go back to what? Drug-seeking behavior. So these are the long-term effects of drug abuse. At just one glance, we'll see what are the effects of drug abuse on family or community. See, a drug abuser cannot take care of himself, cannot groom himself. He is very much detached from the society, cannot discriminate between what is real, what is unreal. He is either delusional, is hallucinated, cannot discriminate between what is bad, what is good, and does not know what is going around him. All right. So it cannot be expected from such individual that he can take care of his family members. He or she can take care of his family members. So this results in family breakups, separations, estrangements, and endings. Also, I told you, because the body of the drug abusers becomes completely dependent on the drug, they crave for drug. So they require drug on daily basis. This results in what? They require money for the same. So this results in financial instability, financial crunch. And this ultimately results in illicit deeds, into crimes. And the drug abusers are a bad influence on their peer group, their family, and community. And they cannot contribute to nation building. And we do not want that. We want our youth to contribute to our nation, right? So they cannot, the drug abusers cannot contribute to nation building. So I would wind up with a very important message. High due to drugs is momentary, but the adverse consequences are everlasting. So say no to drugs. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So children, students, not children, you are grown-up youth. So these are not only for you to we don't say that you are into it, but if you see anybody near you, your friends or somebody in the society suffering from something related to this, you can make them aware, you can help them. So these informations are also because of that. So now we come to a very important part. We are really highly obliged that our guest of honor, Shri DCP R.B. Singh, he is DCP Cyber Crime and Narcotics. Who else can guide us other than him? He is in UP Police and he's from the 91 batch PPS. His IPS is 2011 batch. He served the Enforcement Directorate for 5 years. UP Special Task Force for 5 years. He was SP Badohi and Ghazipur also. He received many awards and recognition, among them to specially mention the Gallantry Award by the President of India for 3 times. He also got award for his meritorious service, DG Appreciation Award, 2 medals, silver and gold. May I call upon DCP Sir Shri Rambadan R.B. Singh Ji to take on the stage and bless these audience.
थैंक यू मैम, डॉक्टर श्रीवास्तव साहब, मैम, यहाँ पर बैठे सभी फैकल्टी के सर और प्यारे बच्चों, ये जो प्रोग्राम आपके यहाँ रखा गया ड्रग एब्यूज़ के बारे में आपने देख ही लिया। श्रीवास्तव सर ने और मैम ने बहुत अच्छे ढंग से, मैम ने भी बताया कि कितना नुकसान होता है इससे। देखिए, ड्रग की बात जब आती है, पहले हम ये देखें कि हमारे जो नॉर्म्स हैं, जो हमारी जीने की, जीवन को आगे बढ़ाने की पद्धति है, उससे हम डेविएट कर गए। अगर हम उससे डेविएट न किए होते तो शायद इन चीज़ों की ज़रूरत न होती और ये बुराइयां ना हम अपनाते। आप देखे होंगे कि बच्चा पैदा होता है, जनरली 1 साल बाद ही बच्चा चलना शुरू करता है, कम से कम 1 साल तो लेता ही है, लेकिन जब तक वो लेटा रहता है आप देखते हो कभी शांत नहीं रहता है। जब तक वो जग रहा होता है उसके हाथ पैर चल रहे होते हैं। चलते या नहीं चलते आपने देखा, आप जरूर किया होगा। आप उसको कोई सामान हाथ में पकड़ा दीजिए, वो ले करके उसे एकदम से स्टिल नहीं रहेगा, या तो मुंह में भरेगा, टेस्ट करेगा, तोड़ेगा, निकालेगा, कुछ भी करेगा। उसका इक्वली पैर भी चलाता है वो, मीन्स कि वो अपनी बॉडी को स्वस्थ रखने के लिए। आपने और भी देखा होगा, और नहीं देखा तो आप भी जाके जब बच्चा मिले तो आप जरूर करिएगा। आप अगर किसी बच्चे को उसका हाथ पकड़ के उठाएंगे तो ऐसे नहीं कि वो उठाएगा, वो पूरा शरीर पहले अकड़ाएगा क्योंकि उसको बोन में चोट ना लगे। देखिए कितना इनहेरिटेड मैसेज है उसमें कि वो पूरे शरीर को पूरा तगड़ा करेगा, टाइट करेगा और तब पूरा पूरा उठेगा वो। तो देखिए, जो मैं कहना चाह रहा हूँ वो ये कि हमने एक्सरसाइज से नाता तोड़ लिया। एक्सरसाइज सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है। जो लोग एक्सरसाइज नहीं करते हैं वही अपनी खुशी के लिए ड्रग्स का इस्तेमाल करते हैं। आप एक्सरसाइज करके देखिए, अगर आप रेगुलर एक्सरसाइज करेंगे तो कभी आप ड्रग के बारे में सोच भी नहीं सकते हैं। तो जो लोग चाहते हैं कि जीवन बहुत अच्छा हो जाए, बहुत खुशी मिल जाए मुझे, इन थोड़ी सी खुशी के लिए वो ड्रग का यूज करना शुरू कर देते हैं। तो ड्रग का यूज अगर हम ना करें तो कैसे नहीं कर सकते कि हमें सबसे ज्यादा फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज पे। आप देखिए, भगवान ने हमें इतना बढ़िया शरीर दिया है। आप सोचिए, आज से नहीं सोचा है तो अब भी सोचिए कि ये जो शरीर हमको दिया है वो एक अच्छा जीवन बिताने के लिए दिया है, और जीवन अच्छा होगा या खराब होगा ये हमारे अपने शरीर के केयर पर निर्भर है। इसीलिए सभी धर्मों में कहा गया है कि पहला सुख शरीर, स्वस्थ शरीर है। दुनिया का कोई व्यक्ति जो स्वस्थ नहीं है उससे ज्यादा दुखी दुनिया का कोई प्राणी नहीं है। और देखिए, जब हम अस्वस्थ होते हैं तो केवल मैं ही नहीं दुखी होता, मेरा पूरा परिवार दुखी रहेगा, क्योंकि उसे एक्स्ट्रा केयर की जरूरत है। एक्स्ट्रा केयर में टाइम भी चाहिए, पैसा भी चाहिए, और नहीं है तो फिर मेंटल डिस्टरबेंस है। तो हमको क्या करना है कि सबसे पहले अपनी केयर करनी है। आप देखिए, जब आप किसी से सियाप होते हैं तो क्या कहता है? टेक केयर। क्या कहता है? अपना ख्याल रखिए। अपना ख्याल रखने का मतलब क्या है? कि अपने को स्वस्थ रखिए। अगर आप अपने को स्वस्थ नहीं रख सकते हैं, आप कितनी ही पढ़ाई कर लीजिए, किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी से पढ़ लीजिए, कितनी पीएचडी कर लीजिए, 10 डिग्रियां ले लीजिए, लेकिन आप हमेशा परेशान रहेंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि आपने जो माध्यम है सुख का, शरीर है, उसको आपने स्वस्थ नहीं रखा है। तभी देखिए, शास्त्रों में हमारे यहाँ कहा गया कि शरीर माध्यम खलु धर्म साधनम। जितने भी धर्मों की हम साधना करते हैं, जो कुछ भी हम करते हैं, उन सब का माध्यम शरीर है। यदि हमारा शरीर स्वस्थ रहेगा तो हम सारे कार्य कर सकते हैं। और इसके बाद जो भी करना है हमें सब करें, लेकिन सबसे पहला जो हमें केयर करनी है वो अपने शरीर की केयर करनी है। तो अगर हम अपने शरीर की केयर नहीं करेंगे, तब इस तरह की बुराइयों में, तमाम तरह की बुराइयों में हम फंसते चले जाते हैं। आप देखिए कि शरीर को स्वस्थ रखने का बहुत सिंपल से, पहले जॉइंट फैमिली होती थी तो घर में मदर फादर से ज्यादा कंसर्न नहीं होता था। जैसे जब मैं एक जॉइंट फैमिली में पला हूँ तो मुझे अपने पिताजी से, मुझे अपने माताजी से ज्यादा कोई मतलब नहीं रहता था। हमारे दादी और दादाजी ही सब देखते थे, वही देखते ही हैं। लेकिन अब जब न्यूक्लियस फैमिली हो गई तो यहाँ केवल मदर है और फादर है, और नहीं तो फिर आएगा स्कूल तो टीचर आ जाएंगे, फिर दोस्त लोग आ जाएंगे। तो जो कुछ भी सीखता है बच्चा यही से सीखता है। और सीखने के लिए देखिए कि मदर, फादर, टीचर, स्कूल, फिर रिलीजियस सोसाइटी, ये सब सिखाते हैं। लेकिन जो बेसिक चीज है उसे सिखानी है या आपको सीखना है। तो आप देखिए कि जो हेल्दी लाइफ है, मैं कैसे एक हेल्दी लाइफ जी सकता हूँ। आप देखिए, हर एक बच्चे को अच्छे से खाना सिखाना चाहिए। बच्चा छोटा हो, आप उसे खाना दीजिए, वो खुद खाएगा, पहले गिराएगा, मुंह पे लगाएगा, शरीर पे लगाएगा, कपड़ों पे लगाएगा, लेकिन एक स्थिति के बाद वो खुद खाना सीख जाएगा। उसे उतना ही खाना दीजिए जितना कि वो खा सके, और उसे सिखाइए इस बात के लिए कि हमें उतना ही लेना चाहिए जितना हम खा सकते हैं, उसका हमें मिसयूज नहीं करना है। आप देखिए, लोग पार्टियों में जाते हैं और कितना सारा ले लेते हैं और फिर ऐसे फेंक देते हैं कि जैसे बिल्कुल मुफ्त में मिला हुआ है। अगर यही भोजन हमें एक दिन टाइम से ना मिले तो हम पागल हो जाएं। तो बच्चे को अच्छे से खाना सिखाना चाहिए। कैसे खाना सिखाना चाहिए? और उसे बताना कि वो जो भी खाना खाए वो दोनों तरफ से खाए। आप देखिए, कुछ लोग एक ही तरफ से खाना खाते हैं तो उनका एक तरफ से दांत घिस जाएगा तो मुंह टेढ़ा हो जाएगा। भाई, दांत घिसते भी तो हैं। तो अगर उनको अच्छी आदतें नहीं बताई जाएंगी तो आप उनको बताइए कि मुंह में दोनों तरफ से बराबर खाना खाइए। फिर मुंह की सफाई रखना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि सारी बीमारियां मुंह से ही अंदर जाएंगी। जो भी हम खाते हैं वो सारी बीमारियां हमारे मुंह से ही अंदर जाती हैं। आप देखिए, अगर आप कुछ भी खाइए, लेकिन आप कम से कम सुबह शाम ब्रश जरूर करिए। अगर आप सुबह शाम ब्रश करेंगे तो ये आपके दांत आपको बीच में ही छोड़ के नहीं चले जाएंगे। एक जमाना था जब केवल दांत से हम केवल खाना खाने का ही सोचते थे कि दांत रहेंगे तो खाना खा लेंगे। अब तो दांत सुंदरता से भी बहुत जुड़े हैं। आप देखिए, बहुत किसी का चेहरा बहुत सुंदर होगा, लेकिन अगर मुंह खोलेगा तो फिर उसके दांत ऐसे होंगे कि बहुत बुरा लगेगा वो। लेकिन हमारी मेडिकल साइंस ने ये कर दिखाया है कि अगर आपके दांत भी टेढ़े मेढ़े हैं तो आप एक फिक्स एज तक जा करके उसे भी ठीक कर सकते हैं, अपनी हेल्थ चेकअप करा सकते हैं। तो हर एक चीज को बहुत अच्छे से बताया गया हमारे सिस्टम में। तो देखिए, हमें खाना अच्छे से खाना है, दोनों तरफ से खाना है, साफ सुथरा खाना है। हम पढ़ने बैठते हैं तो एक फिक्स दूरी पर, एक प्रॉपर लाइट पर पढ़ते हैं, लेट के नहीं पढ़ते हैं, ताकि हमारी आंखें सुरक्षित रहें। क्योंकि आप सपोज करिए कि जिसे नहीं दिखता है, जिसकी बीच में आंखें खराब हो जाती हैं, या समझिए जिसको चश्मे लगने लगते हैं, तो वो देखिए कहीं भी जाएं तो उनको अपना चश्मा ले जाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि नहीं तो फिर कैसे देखेंगे वो। तो ये जो चीजें हैं, एक एज के बाद तो सबको लग जाता है, वो तो जरूरी है, लेकिन जब तक उम्र ना हो आपको तब ये लग जाए, तब ये बहुत आपके लिए दिक्कत है। क्योंकि अगर आपका चश्मा टूट भी जाए, गिर जाए, खो जाए, कुछ हो जाए, तो आपके लिए वो बहुत बड़ी परेशानी है कि आप जो नॉर्मल अपना काम है वो भी नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो शरीर का जो वैल्यूएबल अंग है, हर अंग वैल्यूएबल है। देखिए, हमारी मेडिकल साइंस जरूर कहती है कि एक एक पार्ट के विशेषज्ञ हो गए हैं। कोई आंख का विशेषज्ञ है, कोई कान का विशेषज्ञ है। पर आप देखिए, अगर आंख के विशेषज्ञ से पूछिए कि अगर आंख इतने तक ही है, तो अगर मैं किसी के पैर में चिकटू काटूं तो फिर आंसू क्यों निकलता है? उसका रिलेशन पूरे बॉडी से है।
हर अंग का पूरे बॉडी से रिलेशन है, उसको हम अलग करके नहीं देख सकते हैं। इसलिए ऐसा मैं नहीं कर सकता कि मैं कुछ अंगों की सुरक्षा करूं और कुछ की न करूं। मुझे केयर करनी है अपने पूरे शरीर की। और आप देखिए कि जिस चीज की आप केयर करेंगे वह कभी खराब नहीं हो सकती है। आप अगर आज से ये सोचेंगे कि मुझे अपने शरीर की केयर करनी है, मैं बता सकता हूं कि आप कभी बीमार नहीं पड़ेंगे। क्योंकि जैसे ही ऐसी कोई चीज आएगी कि मैं ऐसा करूंगा तो निश्चित है कि इसका बैड इफेक्ट आएगा मेरे शरीर पर। और आप देखिए रोज आप केयर करिए अपने शरीर की, तो आप देखिए कभी आप बीमार नहीं पड़ेंगे। दूसरा, अपने जो आपको पढ़ाई है, आप पढ़ाई करने आए हैं, स्टूडेंट हैं, आप अपने पढ़ाई की केयर करिए, आप कभी फेल नहीं होंगे। आप अपने संबंधों की केयर करिए, आपके संबंध कभी नहीं क्या खराब होंगे। जब हम केयर नहीं करते हैं किसी चीज की तब वो खराब होना शुरू होता है। मैं उदाहरण देता हूं कि आप एक छोटा सा पौधा ले आते हैं, उसको आप लगा देते हैं, रोप देते हैं, और अगर आप उसकी प्रतिदिन केयर करेंगे तो आप देखिएगा कि एक बहुत अच्छा सा पेड़ हो जाएगा। लेकिन अगर आप केयर नहीं करेंगे तो उसमें तरह तरह की बीमारियां हो जाएंगी और वो फिर वहीं से ही खत्म हो जाएगा। तो देखिए स्वस्थ लाइफ के लिए जैसे मैंने बताया कि खाना प्रॉपर खाना चाहिए, दोनों तरफ से खाना चाहिए, मुंह की सफाई करनी चाहिए। इसी तरह देखिए शरीर सफाई के लिए हमें करना है कि हमें हमेशा रोज स्नान करना है शरीर की सफाई के लिए, ताकि हमें शरीर संबंधी कोई बीमारियां ना हो। जो हमारे इनर गारमेंट्स हैं, कपड़े हैं जो हम पहनते हैं, जिन्हें रोज जो शरीर से टच करते हैं, उनको धूप में सुखाना चाहिए। धूप में सुखाने से उनके जर्म्स खत्म होते हैं, तो कभी हमें स्किन संबंधी कोई बीमारी नहीं होती है। तो ये जो चीजें हैं, मैं इसलिए बता रहा हूं कि देखने में ये चीजें छोटी हैं, लेकिन जब इनको आप फॉलो करेंगे तो आप देखिए प्रसन्नचित रहेंगे, आप खुश रहेंगे। जब आप स्वस्थ रहते हैं तो आप खुश रहते हैं, और जब आप खुश रहेंगे तो आप सारे अपने काम कर सकते हैं। तो फिर आपको किसी ड्रग की ओर भागने की नहीं जरूरत है खुश होने के लिए। और एक्सरसाइज सबसे जरूरी है। कम से कम आप पर डे 1 घंटा तो जरूर ही अपना पसीना निकालिए। और ये जो स्क्रीन टाइम है, मैं बैठे यहाँ देख रहा था कि प्रोग्राम भी चल रहे हैं, लोग स्क्रीन में भी लगे हुए हैं। अरे कभी तो इससे दूर हो जाइए। आप अपना देख लीजिए कितना स्क्रीन टाइम है, उसको कम करिए और अपना ये कहिए कि 1 घंटे में रोज पसीना अपना निकालूंगा। आप देखिए बिल्कुल ठीक हो जाएंगे आप, क्योंकि इतना बढ़िया शरीर जो भगवान ने दिया है, इसका शेप हमने बिगाड़ दिया है, इतना बिगाड़ दिया है कि फिर हम उसको दोबारा उस शेप में लाने के लिए बड़ी मुश्किल है। और उसके बदले कितनी बीमारियां हैं, और जब बीमारियां शुरू होंगी तो फिर ड्रग शुरू हो जाएगा। आप इच्छा से न लें, डॉक्टर की सलाह से लें। उसके भी कोई भी ड्रग हो, कोई भी दवा है, वो हमेशा नुकसान ही करती है, उसका साइड इफेक्ट होता है। तो वहां तक स्थिति पहुंचे ही क्यों। तो अगर हम अच्छी आदतें फॉलो करेंगे तो निश्चित समझिए कि हमें इन सब बुराइयों से छुटकारा मिल जाएगा। तो मेरे जो आने का पर्पज है वो यही है कि आपको जितनी थ्योरेटिकल जो चीज़ें और मुझे बतानी थी वो आपके सारे टीचर्स ने बता दिए हैं कि ड्रग क्या है, क्यों लेते हैं, कैसे फ़ायदा होता है, कौन सा पार्ट अफेक्ट होता है, कौन दिमाग को ज़्यादा प्रभावित करता है, कौन इंटरनल ऑर्गन्स को ज़्यादा प्रभावित करता है। तो मेरा ये कहना है कि आप एक स्वस्थ लाइफ जीजिए, अपने पेरेंट्स का ध्यान करिए। देखिए आप बच्चे हैं, अभी आपको नहीं समझ है, ये बताना हमारा काम है। क्योंकि देखिए आपके माँ बाप ने यहाँ भेजा है तो इसीलिए तो भेजा है कि मेरा बच्चा एक अच्छा इंसान बनेगा, पढ़ लिख करके एक बढ़िया सी लाइफ बिताएगा। लेकिन हम ये ना करना शुरू कर दें कि हम उनके सपनों पे तो पानी फेरे ही, अपने सपनों पर भी सब पानी फेर दें। जब हम कोई गलत आदत पकड़ लेते हैं, आप देखिए हर साल आप देखते हैं ना कि ड्रग पी करके, नशा करके गाड़ी चलाते हैं, कितने एक्सीडेंट होते हैं। अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी का ही देख लीजिए कि कितने बच्चे जो है इंजॉय करने के चक्कर में, थ्रिल करने के चक्कर में कितना तेज गाड़ी भगाते हैं और गाड़ी एक्सीडेंट हो जाती है। आप नहीं समझते हैं कि जब कोई एक व्यक्ति खत्म हो जाता है तो अपने पीछे कितनी लंबी लकीर खींच जाता है पीड़ा की, और उसकी कैसे भरपाई हो सकती है। तो जितनी चीजें हैं जो मैं करूं वो हमेशा ये ध्यान में रखकर करूं कि मेरा इसको करने से कोई फायदा है या नुकसान है। अगर मुझे लगता है कि ये करने से मेरा नुकसान है तो मैं बिल्कुल भी ना करूं उसे। जो मुझे करने के लिए कहा गया है, जिस बात के लिए मुझे यहाँ भेजा गया है, मैं वो काम करूं। अगर हमारे पेरेंट्स ने हमें एक स्वप्न के तहत, उन्होंने एक सपना देखा होगा कि मेरे बच्चे ऐसे होंगे, तो कम से कम वो सपना सही करिए। जिस चीज़ के लिए आप आए हैं उस पढ़ाई करिए आप अपनी, और आप पढ़ाई करेंगे, रेगुलर पढ़ाई करेंगे, तो निश्चित समझिए कि आप जो चाहेंगे वो बन सकते हैं। कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं है जो व्यक्ति रेगुलर मेहनत करके और हासिल न कर सके, क्योंकि दुनिया की हर दूरी एक एक कदम चल के ही तय होती है। कोई छलांग लगा के नहीं कर सकता। छलांग कितनी लगाएगा? 10, 20, 25 छलांग लगा सकता है, नहीं तो आना तो कदमों पर ही पड़ेगा। तो आप एक एक मिनट का यूज करेंगे, अपने समय को अपनी पढ़ाई से जोड़ेंगे, अपने स्वास्थ्य की रक्षा कर, अपने शरीर की केयर करेंगे, अपने संबंधों की केयर करेंगे, जो कार्य मिला है उसका आप केयर करेंगे, तो निश्चित रूप से आप इन सब बुराइयों से बच जाएंगे। आप ये ड्रग की तरफ नहीं भागना पड़ेगा, आपको भागना भी नहीं चाहिए, लेना भी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि आपको नहीं पता है कि उसके कितने कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस भयंकर होंगे, कि हो सकता है कि फिर आप ठीक ना हो पाए उससे। और आप समझिए कि ये जो जितनी जिंदगी है, जब हम बीमार होते हैं तब पता चलता है कि स्वास्थ्य की कीमत क्या होती है। एक दिन आपका सर दर्द करने लगे, एक दिन आपका पेट गड़बड़ हो जाए, तब पता चलता है कि स्वस्थ रहने में और स्वस्थ रहने के बीच में कितनी बड़ी खाई है। तो जो एक अच्छा सा शरीर हमें मिला हुआ है, उसकी हमें केयर करनी है। अच्छे खासे दिमाग को, अच्छे खासे शरीर को मुसीबत में नहीं डालना है। हमेशा इस बात को ध्यान रखना है कि मैं जिस इस उद्देश्य के लिए इस स्कूल में आया हूँ, इस यूनिवर्सिटी में आया हूँ, मैं उसको पूरा करूँ, न केवल अपने माँ बाप के सपनों को सच करूं, मैं खुद एक अच्छा इंसान बनूं और अपने देश की प्रगति करूं। तो जितने भी अभियान ये चलाए जा रहे हैं, आपको बताया जा रहा है। आपने देखा भी, कुछ में एक क्वेश्चन ये भी था कि किस उम्र के बच्चे सबसे ज्यादा ड्रग का सेवन करने लगते हैं। ये एज है आपको समझने की और अच्छा सा करने की। आज देखिए दुनिया में अगर हम सोच रहे हैं कि 2047 में, आप सुनते होंगे कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं कि 2047 में हम नंबर 1 हो गए। तो नंबर 1 कब होंगे? आपके बल पर ही वो कह रहे हैं, क्योंकि आप ही देश का भविष्य हैं। जो वर्किंग पॉपुलेशन होती है, इकोनॉमिक्स में आप देखिए कि हर चीज, इकोनॉमिक्स कैसे ग्रो करती है? प्रोडक्शन से। और प्रोडक्शन कौन करता है? जो वर्किंग एज होती है। तो आप ही हैं वर्किंग एज के, जो आप जाएंगे और देश के तमाम तरह के जिस भी फील्ड में आप जाएंगे, इतने सारे प्रोडक्ट करेंगे, इतनी सारी चीजें प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, चाहे वो गुड्स हो या सर्विसेज हो, कुछ भी हो। और उसी के बल पर आप देखिए, इसी यूनिवर्सिटी से पढ़ करके लोग, मुझे नहीं लगता होगा कि दुनिया के किसी कंट्री में ना होंगे। हर जगह भारत का नाम आता है। इसीलिए आता है कि हमारी इतनी पॉपुलेशन है, और उसमें भी जो वर्किंग पॉपुलेशन है, जिसको ज्यादा काम करना है, जो देश को आगे बढ़ा सकता है, वो बहुत ज्यादा है। तो हमें उन रास्तों पे नहीं जाना है कि जिससे हमारे देश का पतन हो, हमारा पतन हो, हमारे घर का पतन हो। हमें उस रास्ते पे जाना है कि जिससे हमारी भी प्रगति हो, घर की प्रगति हो, देश की प्रगति हो, और हम स्वस्थ रहें। जो अल्टीरियर हमारा मोटिव है कि मैं एक अच्छी सी जिंदगी बिताऊंगा, स्वस्थ जिंदगी बिताऊंगा, दुनिया को कुछ दे करके जाऊंगा, तो हमें इन बुराइयों से दूर रहना होगा। बस इसी के लिए मैं आया था। मुझे यही कहना है कि आप अपने टारगेट को ध्यान रखिए, अपने शरीर का ध्यान रखिए, अपने माता पिता के सपनों का ध्यान रखिए, और देश की प्रगति को आगे बढ़ाइए। धन्यवाद।
सर बहुत 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 धन्यवाद कि आपने हमारे लिए टाइम निकाला और इन बच्चों का मार्गदर्शन किया। सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात जो सर लास्ट में कहा, माँ बाप का ध्यान रखना है, माँ बाप के बारे में सोचना है। So that is what we lack at times. We forget, we only think about ourselves. We become, stringent in the thinking कि मेरे को बुरा लगा, हमें अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है। बट अगर आपको बुरा लगा या आपको अच्छा नहीं लगा, आप तकलीफ में हो, आप भूल जाते हो कि आपके मम्मी पापा, आपके पिताजी माताजी आपसे ज्यादा दुखी होते हैं। वो बताते नहीं है, वो एक्सप्रेस नहीं करते बहुत सारे टाइम। So equally there are many parents, I would also request them to think कि कभी कभार हमें भी एक्सप्रेशन देना चाहिए। बच्चे क्या, वो किस लिए परेशान है, हमारा दुख उनको दिखना चाहिए, शायद that also helps either way. So thank you again so much. Thank you so much, sir. So may I call upon Dr. S.K. Srivastava, sir, Dr. Sandeep Arora, sir, Director, Amit Institute for Pharmacy, Dr. Sanjay Singh, Dr. Nitin Arora, to all come and felicitate sir for coming here. Thank you. Okay, so we again come to a part to entertain you. So most of you might be knowing and most of you might not be knowing that we have Amity Institute of Happiness, Amity Center of Happiness, for which I welcome Khushi. She will give an elaboration and there is a performance from their side. This center is sharing. This center is headed by Professor Dr. Nitin Arora. So Ms. Khushi, Amity Institute of Health Allied Sciences will take upon the stage hereafter.
Good evening, everyone. I, Khushi Chaudhary from Amity Institute of Health and Allied Sciences. I am the student president of Amity University Reiki Foundation Center for Science of Happiness, headed by Professor Nitin Arora. So the Center for Science of Happiness is a platform for building joyful students who will develop high standards of research in the areas of happiness and be a great asset to the organization they will join in future. The center scientifically works in the science of happiness through happiness enhancement for the university and corporates. Since the inauguration of the Happiness Center on 17th October 2022, we offer courses in happiness and training from UG to PhD levels. So now I would like to call our team singing group for the performance. Prakhar Chatterjee, Shubhangi Sharma, Manashka, Fini, Krishna Jaiswal, Devanshi, Akshita, Jayant, and Jannat Kaur. They have a group, Metronome, the University Music Club. So they will present a performance here. I would like to welcome them. Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarudya Bandhana Mrityu Mokshiyamamrita जीते हैं चल जीते हैं चल जीते हैं चल कम साफिर था जा तुम आंगन में आने दे जीते हैं चल जीते हैं चल जीते हैं चल जीते हैं चल बंदे हैं हम उसके हम पे किसका जोर उम्मीदों के सूरज निकले चारों इरादे हैं फौलादी हिम्मत हर कदम अपने हाथों किस्मत लिख ले आज चले हर घायल परिंदा है तू दिखला दे जिंदा है तू बाकी है तुझ में हौसला तेरी झुलों के आगे अंबर पनाहे मांगे कर डाले तू जो फैसला तकदीरें तो क्या टूटी शमशीरें तो क्या टूटी शमशीरों से ही हो कर हर मैदान फतेह 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 कर हर मैदान फतेह
एक परिंदा ऐसे टूटा कि फिर जुड़ ना पाया लूटा किसने उसको ऐसे टूटा कि फिर जुड़ ना पाया परिंदा से टूटा कि फिर जुड़ ना पाया गिरता हुआ आसमां से आकर गिरा जमीन पर खामोश के वो कहता रहा मगर के अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे अल्लाह के बंदे जो लोग फिर आएगा अल्लाह के बंदे हंस दे सटा खुदा गगन मेरा मेरी डगर से सफल छपन सके खुदा सफल
Thank you.
Thank you, students, for making this environment so blissful. So, नशा ऐसा होना चाहिए कि गाना सुने और गुनगुनाए, गाना सुने और पैर थिरथिराते रहे. So, these type of nasha is good. We encourage such addictions. Okay. I now call upon Dr. Shajina, who will now introduce to you all to the adverse effect of being high. This is a very short presentation which you have already gone through. She will be giving you a crisp view of this. Share करना, Dr. Shajina. पहले ये सब. अच्छा. So Dr. Shajina is the Assistant Professor, Amity Institute of Public Health and Hospital Administration.
All right, good evening, everyone. And a very, very warm thank you to those who decided to stay back. This is just going to be a capstone lecture, which is hardly going to take 2 to 5 minutes. So I've called this the high cost of getting high. Okay, so I think we have gone through all these aspects that have been covered by our esteemed speakers earlier in the day. as to why we need to have drugs, why we feel that, this is an important aspect. We are incomplete without this. We also talked about the risk factors as to why individuals or adolescents or young youth indulge into such practices. We especially talked about the types of drugs. Now, the one new thing that I want to encourage over here is that there are essentially three types, that is stimulants, depressants, and hallucinogens. And there are a whole lot of natural ways to achieve this. Our chief guest today has highlighted about the importance of taking care of yourself. So natural stimulants for our body includes good physical exercise, mental exercises. When you're on a mental high, sometimes it leads to insomnia because you're thinking about a very critical problem or a research question. So mental exercise is important, solving puzzles, reading, learning a new language, etc. Social interaction. Earlier, Srivastav sir started the event with that how we all are glued to our screens. So our social interaction has died off immensely. And I think social interaction, spending time with family, friends, engaging in group activities, these are also natural stimulants for your body. Adequate sleep and healthy diet, mindfulness, meditation, the importance of yoga, sunlight exposure. How many of you know that vitamin D deficiency because of lack of sunlight exposure has a direct association with depression, and depression has a direct association with high risk of taking these drugs. So sunlight exposure, natural sunlight also is a natural stimulant. Hydration, deep breathing exercises, listening to music. We just saw how the entire hall was swaying away to really great music. And laughter. There is immense power in just free laughing, enjoying yourself. So these are all natural stimulants. We don't need to indulge into any other artificial stimulant to make our brain or the central nervous system work faster. There are a whole lot of natural stimulants. Similarly, for depressants, there is melatonin, there is magnesium supplements, lemon supplements, chamomile tea, which is a kind of a special tea which naturally relaxes your body. And then there is lavender, which is a part of aromatherapy. So all these aspects or all these natural depressants also lead to relaxation and slowing down your brain activity. And hallucinogens, whether natural or not, are a big no-no. So let's not indulge into them at all. And these are some of the faces of drug abuse. As you may have seen, you may have heard your favorite celebrities going through this. This just not has an impact on your health, the physiology, but also how your appearance changes. So you can imagine the detrimental effects of drug abuse. So it is definitely preventable. We have spoken about it. And some ways to preventive is that you should be well informed about the risk factors. You should make positive future plans. You should build confidence, self-confidence. You should be brave enough to say no to peer pressure. And you should always confide or seek help from your family and your friends. So is it really worth it? I don't think it's worth it at all. And with that, I end this lecture and I'll be happy to take if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for again sharing your expertise in this area. So last but not the least, the performance by Amity Institute of Indian System of Medicine. As you are hearing that there should be something alternative so that there is, okay. So that you have to have something recreational, something related to physical. So physical, mental, and whole spiritual well-being. Yoga is one of them which can help. So we will have a program. Before this, may I request all the dignitaries on the stage to please be seated on the sofa so that you can visualize the act. So Dr. Umesh Kumar, Assistant Professor 1 of Amity Institute of Indian System of Medicine, has coordinated this beautiful show.
चकार चंड तांडवम तनोतु न शिव 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 जटाकटाह संभ्रम भ्रम निलिम्ब निर्झरी विलोल वीचि वल्लरी विराजमान मूर्धनि ठग 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 ज्वलल्ललाट छंद पावके किशोर चंद्रशेखरे रति प्रतिक्षणं राधरेन्द्र नंदिनी विलास दिगंत संतति प्रमोदमान मानसे कृपा कटाक्ष धोरणी निर्वधि क्वचित दिगंबरे मनो विनोदमेतु वस्तुनि जटाभुजंग पिंगल स्फुरत् स्वरामणि प्रभा कदम्ब कुंकुम द्रव प्रलिप्त दिग्वधू मुखे मदान्त सिंधुर स्फुरत् उत्तरीय मेधुरे मनो विनोदमद्भुतं बिभर्त भूत भर्तरि करे सो प्राण ले वही तो एक सर्वशक्तिमान है करे सो प्राण ले तो करे सो प्राण ले वही तो एक सर्वशक्तिमान है विश्व की पुकार है ये
नीचे भी धनुरासन और ऊपर भी धनुरासन होगा। नीचे वाला धनुरासन पूर्ण धनुरासन है, ऊपर वाला जनरल धनुरासन है। आप लोग सब कर सकते हैं। वेट लॉस के लिए बहुत अच्छा आसन है ये। वेरी गुड, रिलैक्स।
चंड बोल मस्तकों के झुंड आज जंग की घड़ी की धुन गुहार दो आन भान शान या की छान का हो दान आज एक धनुष के बाण पे उतार दो।
वृक्षासन, पुष्पासन, कई आसन आपको एक साथ ग्रुप में दिख रहे हैं। हम सब योगी बनेंगे, सहयोगी बनेंगे, एक दूसरे के लिए उपयोगी बनेंगे। इन सब की भावनाओं के साथ हम सब योग का अभ्यास करते हैं। वृक्षासन, राजकपोत आसन, नटराज आसन। वेरी गुड।
जो करे सो प्राण ले वही तो एक सर्वशक्तिमान है।
शरीर माध्यम खलु धर्म साधनम, शरीर के माध्यम से सभी कार्य संपन्न होते हैं। शीर्षासन, राजकपोत आसन, वीरभद्रासन, तीन आसनों का सामंजस्य आपको एक साथ दिख रहा है।
की हवस नहीं किसी पे कोई वश नहीं, क्या जिंदगी है ठोकरों पे मार दो। मौत अंत है नहीं तो मौत से भी क्यों डरे, ये जाके
के साथ शरीर, मन और बुद्धि और शक्ति, सामर्थ्य, किस तरह से हम एक साथ इन सब का प्रयोग कर सकते हैं योग के द्वारा, सभी विद्यार्थी आपको दिखा रहे हैं। स्थिरता योग से ही संभव रह सकती है। बैलेंस आप देखेंगे कि किस तरह से बैलेंस हम अपनी लाइफ में, योग में, आसनों में बना सकते हैं। बैलेंस, वेरी गुड।
वीर शिवा चमके शिवाजी और शिवाजी शिवाजी राखी
हमें कई बार पैरों पे खड़ा होना मुश्किल हो जाता है, लेकिन योग के अभ्यास के द्वारा, आसनों के अभ्यास के द्वारा हम हाथों पर भी आराम से खड़े रह सकते हैं। अभ्यास कहा भी है, करत करत अभ्यास के जन्मति हो सुजान, रसी आवत जावत से सिर पर पड़त निशान। उद्यमेनि शुद्ध्यन्ति कार्याणि न मनोरथै, न ही शिक्षस्य सिंहस्य प्रविशन्ति मुखे मृग। कार्य जो है करने से सिद्ध होते हैं, ना कि सोचने से। यदि हम मन में कुछ ठान लें तो इसको करने के लिए प्रयास करेंगे तो निश्चित ही सफल होता है। वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा।
है पिछला जिंदा है तू, बाकी है तुझ में हौसला। तेरी जुनून की आगे
एक दूसरे का किस तरह से साथ देना है। हम हर जीवन की छोटी बड़ी मुश्किलों में, राहों में कैसे एक दूसरे के साथ रह सकते हैं, योग के द्वारा ये हम सब सीख रहे हैं। बहुत सुंदर, वेरी गुड। भारत माता की, भारत माता की, वंदे वंदे। श्लोक योगा आसनों के द्वारा योग, शीर्षासन, चक्रासन, वृश्चिकासन, वाई जी। वेरी गुड, छोड़ दीजिए। बैलेंस योग के द्वारा हम अपने शरीर का, मन का, बुद्धि का किस तरह से बना सकते हैं, सभी विद्यार्थियों ने बताया। सभी का धन्यवाद।
Mesmerizing, dear students. So these were the students of yoga. Kovid Kumar, Nayonika, Sneha, Akhil, Arun, Kanika, Bhavna, Dakshita, Sonia. So they were all performance under the guidance of Dr. Umesh. Thank you, Dr. Umesh. Wonderful performance. So now we come upon the last part. I was told that VC ma'am has already been engaged in some meetings, so she cannot be present. She was online, but recently she joined the meeting, but she has sent her blessings to all of you, as well as Dr. Selvamurthy. Sir also sent his blessing. He is also in the meeting. You know, Amity is undergoing so many orientation programs and meeting, and also we are going to organize the S20 summit of G20 recently next month. So everybody is busy a little. So thank you, everybody. So last, I conclude this session by the vote of thanks. So I introduce myself. So I am Dr. Nilanjana Basu. So I'm a homeopathic physician and also a faculty right now in Amity Institute of Indian System of Medicine. So to start the vote of thanks, we are always thankful to our founder president, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir, for whose vision we all are here. Also, we are thankful to Honorable Chancellor, Sir Dr. Atul Chauhan, our Vice Chancellor, Ma'am, Professor Balvinder Shukla, and we are thankful to our guest of honor, Shri DCP R.B. Singh Ji, our invited speaker, Dr. Rupali Silvarkar, Ma'am, for taking out time from their busy schedule to motivate our students and enlighten them. I thank Dr. S.K. Srivastav, sir, and his office for guiding us throughout this journey to perform this program, to organize this event. We are thankful to Dr. Ajay Jain, Dr. Sandeep Arora, Dr. Jaswant Sethi, Dr. Nitin Arora, Dr. Sanjay Singh for their help throughout this campaign, Dr. Vidushi, Dr. Sajina, Dr. Shanawaz, Dr. Shweta, Dr. Garima, Dr. Umesh, Ms. Jigyasa for coordination of this campaign. And thank you, my beloved student, for still waiting here and also enjoying the participation. And I hope you loved this. Respected, and I convey my gratitude to respected Rear Admiral Kochar sir, Major General JP Singh sir, and their respective office staff for helping us in making all the arrangements and hospitality for the smooth functioning. We are also thankful to all the media persons for photography and the coverage, the IT staff for helping us throughout the program. Thank you so much.